Hey, what is going on, everyone? Just wanted to do a very quick update here today. I don't normally do videos on Sunday, but there's been some pretty interesting changes here at the store reset today that I want to go over really quickly with you all, both related to Morgan Le Fay's Pestilence Scourge event, which is going to be starting on Wednesday. We actually have the details of this now, or at least of the rewards, things like that. There's also a brand new web milestone which appeared randomly. Didn't really know that was coming either. So let's go over all that really quickly. And so without further ado, let's get this show started. Okay, so we're just going to pivot really quickly, actually, to the web milestone that is online. It's called Monsters in the Web. It's a raid milestone, essentially, but you do get more points for using Web Warriors, but it's pretty much pointless, to be honest. And so you have 10 days as of today. And the primary way of scoring it, well, it's raid battles. You get 50 points for a raid battle. 5 if they happen to be web warriors. Again, this is really pointless because you'll see that, like, it doesn't really matter. The total amount of points that you need for all of this. And a lot of it's T2, T3 ability mats. So for those of you who have been hurting on this a little bit, this might help a little bit. There's also some T4s in there, as well as some armory orbs. And towards the bottom, there's some more T4s, some teal and superior SBCs. So, you know, it's not bad for free stuff, I guess, right? The only problem is that you do have to remember to go onto your web store milestone area to claim them. So the total milestone points is 6,000. So basically you take 6,000 and divide it by 50 and you get 120 raid battles that you need to do. At this point, I'm really not considering the 5 points that you get from using Web Warriors. I think that's very unconsequential. So 120 raid battles, you have 10 days, divided that by 10. It's 12 raid battles across both raids per day. That's like 6 each per raid. For those who are doing daily raid battles or, you know, are launching daily, then this shouldn't be much of a problem for you. So that's good news. And again, it's just kind of free stuff. It's not a ton of stuff, but hey, you know, it's just extra you didn't have before. So I just wanted to go over that really quickly before we talk about the actual Scourge Morgan Le Fay stuff. So if you go into the game, if you go into the milestones, you can find this. Sorry, not the, my bad. In the actual events window, you click on the events tab and you see this Pestilence. This is starting on Wednesday. Now, if you really have no idea how the Scourge event works still thus far, I have other videos on this. I did quite a few last week with it relates to the lanes that are going to be required to run in terms of the characters, and with the actual Scourges. The list of all of the Scourges are also there. I do have the list of Scourges in my Discord channel as well. So if you haven't checked any of that out at this point, I would recommend it. Also, just generally, you know, run this over and make sure you understand what's going on. But if you click on the preview button, now, there's not much here, but what there is here is the milestones and the ranking. So it goes up to 1 million points. Now, we don't really know, you know, which difficulty and how many Scourges are going to give you, you know, what points, you know, what the best points are going to be for that. We don't really know that yet. But what we do know is what we're getting out of it. And so you can see as you scroll down, there's purple gear, there's some orange gear, there's some teal gear as you go through, and it caps out at 1 million points. Now, if you remember from the blog post, if you want to unlock her without waiting for the leaderboard, you need to get to this 500k. And that's basically the maximum amount of shards that we're getting, and it's 100 shards from the milestone. So not only the first time, but I think the second time, and so on and so on. The maximum amount of shards that you're going to get from the leaderboard is going to be 100. So that's a 3-star unlock for newer players or otherwise. Sorry, not newer players, or just anyone who hasn't unlocked her yet, you know, should be able to get her if you get 500k. Otherwise, if you don't get 500k, then you're going to need to wait for the leaderboard payouts in order to get that unlock. And that's kind of the important part here. And so, starting at the bottom, I know you just saw the top, but 40 shards for 81 to 100%. So this is anyone who ranks. And I think what they were suggesting is that in order to rank, you needed 425k. I think that's what they were talking about. I don't know. Because there was something in the blog post that suggested 425k versus 500k. And so the difference here is 40 shards, actually. So if you get 60 shards then at 425k, but otherwise you get that 40 shards to make it up. So you do need that 425k, I guess, to give you the 60 shards plus the 40 that you get from this payout to give you the 100, the unlock. And now it slowly goes up from here, but actually really low amounts. So you add 10 more shards on and 1 red for 61 to 80. 41 to 60, 10 more shards, 1 red star. 20 more shards, 1 red star at 31 to 40%. And at this stage, because there's 100 in the milestone, if you get 500k plus 31 to 40%, that will get you a 4-star. So what gets you a 5-star then is that you're going to need to get a lot more than this. You're going to need the 100 from the milestone and about 210 shards from the ranking. And so where does that appear? Well, you can see as we scroll down through, you get different payout structures here for the red stars, but what we're really looking for is like what gets you a 5-star. And the reason we want to know this is when it comes to other horsemen that are going to come out, and the expectation, I guess, is that you're going to need a 5-star set of horsemen to unlock Apocalypse, most likely. And so that gets us to here, the 1 to 2% mark, and that's 210 plus the 100 from the milestones. That gives you 310, which gives you a 5-star unlock. It is only going to give you a 3 red promotion for Morgan, though, for what it's worth. So this is kind of the mark that you're looking at. Now, if you don't get 1 to 2%, you'll be shy of 5-star, but hopefully, at least for Morgan anyways, that there will be a second time of her coming back around, in terms of Apocalypse. Now, whether or not this is the case, I don't know. But I kind of think that in terms of unlocking Apocalypse, we don't know everything yet. But I think that the 3rd and 4th horsemen are going to be way more important than the first 2, in my opinion. Regardless, though, things change rapidly when you hit after 1 to 2%. And what's interesting is because in terms of Blitz, top 1% tends to be in the top 3,000-ish of players. And so now they're suggesting that 1 to 2% is not in the top 6,000. So I'm not really sure what's going on here, because it's quite possible that 6,000 could also be in the top 1 to 2%. Right, or the top 1%. So I don't know if it just depends on how many people rank, and whether or not, say, this 3,000 to 6,000, 260, 240, and 225, how that's going to impact the 1 to 2% number, I guess. Because, like I said, Blitz is normally 1% is 3,000, which suggests that 6,000-ish would actually be 1 to 2%. So I'm kind of confused who's actually going to get these payouts and whatnot. But as we go past the top 3,000, that's when you start to get more. And you get all the way up to the top where you could actually get you could, maybe not you, but like the whales and the krakens who are tryharding this could get a 6-star Morgan Le Fay. So that's 410 plus the 110, plus the 100 from the milestone. That's 510, which is a 6-star character. 810 would be a maxed out character. So you're not going to be able to max her out. You're not going to be able to get a 7-star on the first run, but you could get her maxed out in 2 runs, is basically what it's suggesting. Some of the top players are going to get a 4 red here at the top 3,000. So top 3,000 of all the players are going to get a 4 red Morgan. The very, very top 10, which is, going to be an incredible feat. The Tadano Mac Japans are going to get a 5 red. Otherwise, you're going to be having to upgrade her red stars via dark promotion credits. Now, what I personally recommend, and I know some people are not going to want to wait the 10 days because the event does last 10 days. It says 13 days, but it starts in 3. The event lasts for 10, and I personally think that you probably want to wait for your payout before you get red stars for her, because that really depends on how much it costs for the dark promos, but because they're kind of hard to get, kind of rare-ish, I would probably wait, as much as people are impatient to do. I would, you'll get rewarded for waiting, and I would probably recommend that. So Yes, if you want a 5-star, you're going to need to get top 2% or some of this, however, top 3,000 to 6,000, however you get that. I don't know. Depends on what it looks like when it gets paid out, but 3 to 4% will not get you there. It'll just get you shy of that, but, you know, the second time around you will. So let me know what you think about the structure, guys. It's interesting. It's a lot more shards than I expected. I thought actually towards the top might be 5-star, but no, it looks like you can get all the way to 6-star and 4 to 5 red. So kind of crazy, but also kind of interested to see how it plays out. As long as it plays out properly, like unbugged, as expected, those kinds of things, I am partially concerned about how this is going to roll out. But, you know, we'll have to wait and see until Wednesday. I'll be doing a lot more content related to Scourges coming up in the next few days. And I'll be streaming more content, especially when Scourge goes live. So, yeah, that's the end of this Sunday video. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, everyone. And until next time, stay safe and healthy. I'll see y'all later. Boilon signing out.